Imagine having the power to deeply impact those who disrespected you without saying a single word. What I'm about to share today goes beyond any quick comeback or impulsive reaction. It's about how your silence, after being treated with disdain, can be the greatest proof of your strength, and, more than that, what most affects them and makes them reflect. When someone acts disrespectfully, they usually expect a reaction. They're prepared for direct confrontation, harsh words, and even drama. They feed on chaos, believing they've won if they can affect you. But when you choose silence, when you decide that this person's actions aren't even worth a response, that's when the reality of what they've done begins to weigh on them. Your silence is not weakness, it's a show of strength. It's a choice to protect your peace instead of spending energy on someone who doesn't deserve it. It's deciding that there's no need to prove anything to those who don't value you. By distancing yourself from negativity, by stopping the need to explain yourself, defend your worth, or try to earn their respect, your silence becomes deafening. They expected you to chase after them, to beg for attention, to retaliate in a way that would make them feel superior. Instead, you chose to move on. You chose peace over conflict, self-respect over validation, and that choice is consuming them from within. They can't stand the idea that you're not giving them the reaction they counted on. They can't stand the fact that you're moving forward, indifferent, while they're left with the weight of guilt, regret, and the memory of what they did. Your silence becomes a mirror reflecting their own insecurities, their failures, and their lack of character. It forces them to face the reality of what they did, without the escape of an argument to justify their actions. Alone with their thoughts, they relive the moment they crossed the line, wondering why you won't give them the satisfaction of a response. This absolute silence, this complete absence of engagement, communicates far more than any words. They underestimated you, believed you needed them, that you would keep fighting for their respect, trying to prove your worth. But silence shows that you know your value, that you don't need to lower yourself to their level, and that you're strong enough to move on without looking back. Now they're realizing that they pushed away someone who was willing to offer kindness, patience, and understanding. They're beginning to see that the respect they took for granted is something they'll miss more than they ever imagined. And every time they remember how they treated you, that silence is there, reminding them that they lost someone who had the dignity to walk away without a word. Your silence is your victory. It's a statement that says you don't need to respond to disrespect because you're focused on your own growth, peace, and happiness. You reclaimed your power by refusing to let their actions define your worth. And that's exactly what consumes them the most, knowing they lost control over your emotions, that they're no longer a factor in your life, and that their disrespect didn't break you, but only made you stronger. So, let your silence speak for you. Let it be the response that makes them question everything, while you move forward with your head held high, knowing that you chose to protect your peace above all else. In the end, your silence is not only your strength, it's your closure, your liberation, and what haunts them with the memory of what they lost.